Okay, happy Thursday. Welcome to the Practice Experts Collaborative. Some exciting news today. I've been a bit quiet in the collaborative over the last week or so because I've been working on a couple of relationships and initiatives to bring some leverage to our community. One that I'm able to announce today, one is hopefully I'll be announcing next week. But I've been thinking for a while about how best to bring a job board into this community to enable practitioners to put themselves out there as available for jobs, as well as practices that are seeking employment. As we thought through it and talked through it, Robin Stewart from Mind Body Talent has worked hard to develop what we think is the largest database of holistic healthcare practices and practitioners in the country. She just recently launched their job board. So in the spirit of leveraging the resources in our community, we thought, rather than create one of our own and do the process of building that all up, that we would leverage that relationship, like we're leveraging other relationships in our among our community. So that is now live and available in the collaborative to use for job seekers, as well as companies that are looking for people to employ across the spectrum of holistic healthcare. So pretty excited to bring that forward and make that available. More things to come. So that covers what I'm jazzed about today, as well as what we're working on. And I think daily about why we're doing this, and we were just speaking about it. Do you pronounce your name Sherry?
It's Cher.
Cher Conway. So I was just speaking with Cher prior to the call about what we're doing with this experiment called the Practice Experts Collaborative, and we created this community for three tactical purposes, which were to enhance careers, to enhance the performance of healthcare practices, and then ultimately, thirdly, most importantly, to enhance the efficacy of our work with patients. And we'll see how that experiment goes. We're working hard to build a brand and build recognition and awareness about what we're doing, and certainly have built out a lot of resources available to people. And we'll just see how it goes over time. But we're extremely committed to the kind of the bigger mission of fueling and driving a revolution in healthcare. Because there's a lot in our current healthcare system, as we've talked on many of these calls, that's not working well. And we feel like there's a need for systemic change in a lot of areas of healthcare, and that's kind of the driving force behind it. So the grassroots work that we're doing is with people like you who are working on their careers and looking for resources and looking for a community to surround you with a support system that's going to help you in your practices and help you with your careers, and especially with your patients, and ultimately, use that grassroots effort to drive some real change and get us to the point of healthier people, and healthier processes for recovering from and sustaining good health. So that's what it's all about, and we're just going to continue to pound at it. We've got a lot of passion behind it. We've got a lot of, and I'm continually taking the long view of where we're seeking to go with this work, and we'll see where it goes. So that's all I have this morning. I'm interested to know from you. I was talking with Cher, briefly about what her initial experience is. I mean, she was saying, kind of like me. I mean, she's not that fond of social media, and I'm not either. In fact, I'm getting very close to discontinuing some of my social media accounts because I don't like the direction that a lot of those things are going. But um, and this isn't, not to say that this is a social media platform. It's got a lot of aspects of social media, and that enables us to to connect and communicate. But the way we've created it is to go much farther than that, and not just to start conversations or respond to conversations, but to take those conversations into actionable things that can be done in key disease areas or therapeutic modalities, or work with patients, or the ability to improve our practices. So that's the intent, and that's what we're driving every day to do. So really interested in your experience. I mean, Ralda, I know you and Joe are working hard in the health coaches community. So, really interested to know what you need from us, and what your experience has been so far, and what's missing that we should be adding and thinking about.
I guess it's great. I mean, I think all healthcare practitioners should try to share as well your sites, because a lot of people don't know what's all about. And from last week, we had like our 10 by 10 group, which is we have one orthopedic surgeon with us. He didn't know exactly what is it, so we explained to him, and he was really interested to join your platform as well, because he saw that he saw like a kind of software that helped the joint, and he wanna like kind of get it out for all the practitioners and other doctors. So we invite him to come to the platform, and he didn't know exactly what is it. I think people need to need explanation more what's exactly do for them.
Mm-hmm.
So when he understood that what he could do for them, and he could do like a webinar explaining his program, and because he did like a slideshow for us, and we really, before that, I couldn't really like know exactly what he does and what he sells.
Mm-hmm.
And it's a great software that he owns that help people with exercise and joint pain. So I think getting the word out there and explaining more to people what it does, what is it exactly, I mean, um, and that's how I feel like people are afraid sometimes to engage in any platform because they don't understand what is it.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. Well, yeah, that clearly sounds like a marketing challenge. So getting more perhaps videos out there, or uh, better explanation of what are they going to find when they come in here. Uh,
Yes. Mm-hmm.
so good. That's great feedback. And from a tactical level, if you've got anybody who like that who wants more questions, feel free. I mean, you've got my email address, you've got obviously
Mm-hmm.
connection through the collaborative. Feel free to point those folks to me. I mean, like I said, I'm 100% committed to this platform and to making it work, and to the community and success in our community. So if you want me to talk to anybody about
I will
understanding,
send you his name. You could
yeah,
connect with him if you want also as well. So,
right,
I mean, he understood it very well and he want to, be part of it. But I mean, we don't lose anything if you talk to him,
yeah.
and I think he got a wonderful software to share with all of us.
Well, that's the
With all the
thing. I mean, getting
doctors.
more and more resources like that on the site that people can tap into and use. And we haven't really gone after the orthopedic market yet, but we've got a strategic partner that's all they do.
Hmm.
Is I mean, almost 100% of their work is in the orthopedic market. Um, so yeah, that would be, really interesting to kind of bring that branch of things in there, because I mean, that touches a lot of different things. It's not just body mechanics,
Yeah,
it touches
absolutely.
a lot of the other systems in the body.
Yeah, absolutely. He has a whole bunch of exercises, even if somebody like just to keep more mobility during as we age is like very interesting program he got. So it's really good to know and to share with other practitioners as well.
Well, I'd love to know about it. So if you send me his, does he have a website? Did he?
Yeah, he have a website. I'll tag you. Send you his
Good.
information. You could reach out to him. Yeah,
Yeah, I'll do a little
sure.
research on it, and then I hope he wouldn't mind if I reached out to him, or maybe you can make an introduction in email or whatever,
Yes.
and I'd be happy
Hmm.
to talk with him. I'd love to hear about it.
Yeah, sure. I will connect you with him. Hmm.
That's one of the really exciting things for me is finding out what everybody's doing. I've learned a tremendous amount from you and Joe and your community about the what health coaches do, and got tremendous respect for the work that you do. I had a long call with Joe the other day, and I was blown away about how much she knows, that frankly a lot of doctors don't know. About nutrition and
Just say it's about nutrition because maybe doctor don't, they don't study nutrition in school. That's all about. They know different things than us. That's all.
yeah. Yeah, I'm not trying to put doctors down, but I mean,
No.
man, we were on the phone for over an hour, I think, and talking about autoimmune diseases and talking about, challenges that we've, had in our lives or with patients and how those things get resolved. And I mean, the more we talked, the deeper she went into body systems and exercise. Like, wow, we did, this is the kind of stuff that really needs to get out there. And I know you're all working hard to make that happen in your community and your other events that you're doing online and meetings and stuff like that. So
Yes,
anything we
absolutely.
can do to support that, I'm all for it. And that's what we're here for.
Awesome. Thank you so much. We appreciate it.
So Cher, can you talk to us a little bit about your work and the kind of things that you know challenge you and then ways that we might be able to support the work that you do.
So I am a family practice doctor who's been in practice for over 20 years. And I have gotten, over the last 5, I've done a lot of training in functional medicine and integrative care. And I've always had an interest in nutrition and diet and such. So anyway, long story, I'm trying to leave my employed position and go on my own into a more of a cash-based DPC model. But my goal is more to help people, not necessarily to make lots of money that I know is possible. So, but I feel like I don't have enough experience necessarily using some of the functional tests and doing supplements and stuff like that. So that's where I'm hoping for more collaboration. And that's why I joined this group, thinking that maybe I could learn some more.
So do you want to have a practice of your own, or do you want to join an existing practice, or what are your thoughts?
Oh, I actually have, I bought an old dentist office and have remodeled it. And so I have my own space. Right now I'm working half-time at my previous employer and half-time for myself. And my hope is to move completely to myself sometime in the next year or so.
How exciting! That's really exciting. So I wish you the best on that. And my biggest hope is that we can provide resources to you to help you down that path, whether it's education through some of the colleges that are out there. We're working with very closely with the College of Integrative Medicine, and obviously the IFM, Institute for Functional Medicine, and others. And I don't know if you've explored some of the resource areas in the collaborative, but we built out extensive libraries of the schools that are out there, the training programs that are out there, as well as a lot of the research that's been done in the journals that are out there that can provide a lot of the scientific basis under that underpins the work of holistic healthcare. I mean, there's a lot of there's a lot of opposition to it, obviously. And conventional medicine docs generally, they tend to poo-poo this stuff and say that it's not real. But it is very real. And there are a lot of people that are doing some innovative work to cure, heal people and help people recover from really complex illnesses and chronic illnesses and complex diseases, and that's the exciting stuff for us. And the more and more we can expose that and provide resources to folks like you to give you a confidence and support system to do it on your own. I know you're relatively new, and you may not to us, and may not have heard the story, but when we first envisioned this platform that we created, I talked extensively with people across all disciplines of healthcare about what was missing, and in our work, we kept hearing from practitioners that the struggle that they had, especially people that were transitioning from conventional medicine over to functional and integrative or lifestyle medicine, and those kind of voices and that messaging happened for the last couple of years. And finally we said, we really need some kind of environment that's going to help people with that transition. And a couple of the other early doctors we talked with as we were putting this together were Dr. Michael Stone and Dr. Joe Lamb, who are deeply embedded in Institute for Functional Medicine, and they were MDs, conventional medicine MDs themselves that made that transition years ago, and they've committed their careers to helping people do that. And what Dr. Lamb said to me on one of our calls is, he said, we're really missing a guild for functional medicine. And because he said that the guild is pretty much baked into conventional medicine, because you're going through medical school, you're going through your residency program, and there's kind of a baked in guild of colleagues and people to oversee your work and give you and work through patient case studies and stuff like that. But he said that's really lacking in the holistic healthcare side of the industry, and that was one of the big drivers for putting the platform together the way we did, is to create that kind of guild effect and provide folks like you with the path through, and the supporting the journey, I guess, is the best way to put it, and make those resources available. So that's the grand experiment. The platform has been open since October 1st officially, and a little more, coming up on a month and a half into this. We're it feels like we're getting some great traction, but we'll see. It's only going to work if it supports folks like you on that path that you just described earlier. Mm-hmm. So, I mean, I want to kind of leave the door open. My door is always open. I say this on all of our calls, but if there's anything that you need, or anything you need the platform to do, the community to do to support that work, I'm very excited that you've got 1 foot in your current practice, and you got the other foot in your new practice. I've got an entrepreneurial spirit myself, so that's very exciting to me. And anything we can do to help support you in that, we're here.
Well, I appreciate it.
Well, that's all I had for today. really great to connect with you and hear your story. And I look forward to seeing you in the collaborative and again, hearing what, what do you think of the community and what we can do to help support your work.
Okay. Well, thank you.
Thanks so much for joining us.
Mhm.
Talk to you soon.
Okay. Bye.
Bye.